Hello and welcome to Finextra. I'm Hannah Wallace, and today I'm joined by Sylwia Wolos from Thomson Reuters, and we're going to be talking about third-party risk. Sylwia, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you for having me, Hannah.
Last time we spoke about the challenges and the technical developments in due diligence research included in the customer due diligence process. What about the wider aspects of the compliance process, specifically the compliance programs that reach beyond the anti-money laundering requirements?
In financial sector, indeed, when we speak about compliance, we focus on complying with anti-money laundering and anti-terrorism financing regulation. But firms in Britain, regardless the sector, have lots of other rules to comply with. Anti-bribery and corruption regulation, anti-slavery regulation, or the obligation to prevent the facilitation of tax evasion. All these regulations, as well as the operational and reputational risk management, are different, but actually the essence of the process overlaps. In all of them, the key is to work with a transparent supply chain and manage the third-party relationship. Due diligence is an essential part of these processes, and in most cases, it is actually the same. While the subjects of investigation may be completely different from your high net worth individual to agents or distributors, but the search tools, the access to sources, the knowledge expertise of languages or industries will be essentially the same. I think it's very important for the banks to align the various risk teams to ensure that they don't duplicate works where unnecessary between AML and third-party risk compliance teams. And because of all the years of AML experiences that banks have, it actually puts them in a very favorable position comparing to non-financial companies that work on improving the transparency of their supply chains. So what they have learned over the years from the AML processes can be easily applied to anti-bribery corruption or other regulatory compliance practice.
Other than learning from AML compliance teams, what are the ways of gaining operational efficiencies in third-party risk management process?
Well, I think the key to success is the right technology. The KYC sector invested heavily in the best tools and processes automation recently, and this trend will continue because the burden is growing, so the resources and budgets need to be managed in a smart way. The same applies to the effective third-party risk management programs. There is now a wealth of solutions in the market to automate and improve the entire process. Through API solutions, you don't need to compromise on the content anymore and have a really good, user-friendly, holistic program. And with the right software, you can automate how you assess the risk, how you manage documents, trainings, how you conduct ongoing monitoring, periodic review, approvals, and so on. Of course, technology has also changed the effective enhanced due diligence research process. We have these days so many great search tools that allow the due diligence analysts to concentrate on the analytical aspects of the work, and the robotic desktop automation solutions, the web scraping, data scraping tools collect content in a faster and a more precise way than before. The same goes for news archives review, which is a big part of background checks process. With semantic research tools, the checks are not only more precise than a few years ago, but also much faster.
Finally, changing an entire program within an organization is a massive endeavor. Why would you encourage someone to make the effort?
There are a few reasons actually to do this. So the obvious reasons are related to regulations. As they change, so do the policies need to change. A really good process needs to be agile and adaptable. Another valid reason is that as the organization's risk exposure changes over time, you need to make sure that your processes are aligned with your new perceived risks. Be it a change of location, exploring new markets, new products, or the exposure to new third parties you gain through an acquisition. Another obvious reason is productivity and cost efficiency gains. We have recently completed a review with one of our large EDD customer who went through a lengthy process of changing from a cumbersome manual process of third-party risk management program to using a software solution provided by our partner combined with our content and EDD services. they have highlighted how much it changed the user experience from things like accessibility through mobile devices to clear ownership of specific steps, or the program being available in a few different languages. But that customer has also illustrated the massive improvement gained in their agents and distributor onboarding time, most going through the process within just a day now. And then last but not least, let's not forget about data processing rules that are changing in Europe in May. And I think it will be very difficult to comply with the new GDPR requirements around personal data processing rules without the right technology in place. So yes, while of course reviewing the existing process is a costly exercise, I think the potential gains really justify it.
Sylwia, this has been great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching.